This is your WLAK Daily News Roundup for Lake Air, 107.5 FM and 1260 AM in Amory.
Civic Media News, I'm Terry Bell. Here's what Wisconsin needs to know. Officials at Northland College in Ashland are scrambling to raise $12 million in 3 weeks. The Board of Trustees says the college doesn't have enough resources or financial stability to keep going beyond this academic year. About 500 students attend Northland, which calls itself the nation's first environmentally focused liberal arts college. A Catholic charity asked to pay state unemployment taxes because its on-the-ground operations are not primarily religious. That's according to a ruling yesterday from the Wisconsin Supreme Court. The ruling regards the Catholic Charities Bureau based in Superior. The organization's lawyers say they plan to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The newest member, Wisconsin's Utility Regulating Agency, runs an organization that represents utility regulators in more than a dozen Midwestern states. Marcus Hawks replaces Tyler Huebner. State Senate Republicans fired Huebner in January. Senate Republicans have fired 21 of Governor Evers' appointees since he took office in 2019. 15 new laws cover a lot of ground, but many of them call for smaller technical adjustments that affect the Department of Natural Resources. You can buy year-long parking passes at state parks and trails, and fishers can take home fish fillets if they can prove the fish they caught meet Wisconsin's requirements for length. A bill to let more kinds of businesses own electric vehicle charging stations in Wisconsin still awaits action from the governor. Environmentalists complain the current system leaves EV owners with very few options.
They will put them where the market is to support them, not necessarily where people want to go.
Beata Wurzba is with Renew Wisconsin. Environmentalists say EV drivers could recharge at all different kinds of places.
It could be a gas station, it could be a grocery store or a restaurant.
Wisconsin would also get $78 million from Washington to build fast-charging EV stations every 50 miles. March is National Social Worker Month. It's their job to empower others, but social workers say it's also important to empower themselves.
I think it's important to look inside and see how I can be the best social worker that I can be. But don't forget, we do this work because we want to empower our communities.
Sierra McNeil is with the National Association of Social Workers. I'm Terry Bell, Civic Media News. Now here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly. Authorities are searching for the suspect in an armed robbery in West Duluth. According to the Duluth Police Department, officers responded to a report of a robbery at the Taco John's on Grand Avenue in the West Duluth area. The suspect allegedly flashed a firearm to the employees and demanded money, fleeing the area before police arrived at the scene. Nobody was injured during the robbery, and police are actively searching for the subject, but have not provided any information about their identity. A Duluth woman and her 2 children were seriously injured in a mobile home fire this week. According to fire department officials, the fire started overnight on Thursday in the Gary New Duluth neighborhood. When firefighters arrived on the scene, they were able to break a bedroom window and evacuate the woman and children. The woman and her son were taken to the same hospital by ambulance, and her daughter was life-flighted to the Hennepin County Medical Center's burn unit, where she is currently intubated. Turkey hunters will have a chance to get bonus harvest authorizations for the 2024 season. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has announced it will begin selling bonus authorizations for the spring turkey season starting on Monday. Interested hunters can get the extra authorizations through the Go Wild license portal or through a licensed sales agent. The authorizations will be sold at $10 for residents and $15 for non-residents, and each zone will have a designated sale date. Lake Superior College's new library is officially complete. According to a Fox 21 report, the school has reopened the library following a $2.3 million renovation. The freshly renovated Harold P. Erickson Library now features a tutoring and learning center, student support services, and 10 study rooms. School officials are hoping that having all of those services in a central location now, instead of scattered around the campus, will encourage more people to use them. The library will also be open to the community. The I-35 corridor in Duluth may be getting a fresh new look over the coming years. Nearly $2 million was awarded to the city to explore redevelopment options for the corridor as the city begins to develop its vision for its waterfront areas. According to a Northern News Now report, the Duluth Waterfront Collective has been pushing for the project since 2018 to secure federal funding for the redevelopment. The city hopes that the redevelopment will allow them to connect Canal Park to the rest of the downtown area. Superior residents continue to clash over the future of the Namaji Trail Energy Center project as a city planning commission meeting looms. Those against the plant say they're worried about air quality and environmental impacts on a sensitive area, with residential homes located less than a mile from the proposed project location. Proponents of the project say it's a step towards cleaner energy. The plan for the Energy Center is expected to be presented at next week's Planning Commission meeting. A Duluth teacher has been accused of inappropriately touching a student. 48-year-old John Horgensheimer, a music teacher at Duluth Edison Raleigh Academy, was charged with criminal sexual conduct for allegedly touching a 12-year-old female student's chest in the school's stairwell on March 5th. The student reportedly then escaped and told another teacher what had happened. Horgensheimer made his first appearance in court on Wednesday, where a St. Louis County judge set his bail at $75,000. A popular golf magazine has dubbed Wisconsin as the state with the best public golf courses in the country. According to their article, 3 Wisconsin courses were ranked in the top 20 of their best public golf courses list: Whistling Straits in Sheboygan, Erin Hills Golf Course in Hartford, and the Sand Valley Golf Resort in Nakusa. 10 Wisconsin courses made the top 100 list overall. This is the first year that the publication has done a separate state ranking for public golf courses and private golf courses. And that's what you need to know. For WLAK News, I'm James Kelly.
A.J. Dillon will stay in Green Bay. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Packers running back A.J. Dillon will stay with the team at least another year. The 25-year-old agreeing to a qualifying deal that could pay him up to $1.4 million this year. Dillon asked about playing alongside Jordan Love and the team's young receivers.
Man, it's awesome. It's awesome. Just, we have a lot of guys who can do a lot of different things and pose a lot of different threats for a defense.
NBA, the Bucks with a 114-104 win over the 76ers. How strong a force are Damian Lillard and Giannis? Center Brooke Lopez.
A bucket for Dame or Giannis. The gravity of that pick and roll, it's like a black hole or something.
Men's college basketball, Marquette with a win over Villanova in overtime. They advance in the Big East tournament tonight against Providence. It's the Badgers against Northwestern today after beating Maryland in the Big Ten tournament 87-56.
Thought a complete team effort, both sides of the court. I thought defensively we set the tone early.
Wisconsin head coach Greg Gard. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Only a pro would mind being upstaged by a fellow actor and dog. Mark Wahlberg cedes the spotlight in his newest film to a beautiful Australian Shepherd Border Collie in Arthur the King. To make things even more challenging, Wahlberg is allergic to dogs. You might say, big deal, he's getting paid a lot of money, which is exactly what I thought, until I learned he has 4 dogs at home. Glutton for punishment, or taking one for the team. Arthur the King hits theaters March 15th. It's time for one of Pete's picks. If you didn't see it in time for the Oscars like me, check out the film Past Lives. It's a small film that may not scream Oscars, but is a touching story about 2 friends who were separated as kids in Seoul, South Korea, and reconnect years later in New York. The film is very sweet, takes its time, and there is almost no tension. A very easy, or dare I say pleasant watch. Past Lives is available to stream on Paramount+. Looking for a historical fiction conspiracy thriller? Manhunt, a limited series about the search for John Wilkes Booth in the wake of the Lincoln assassination, drops March 15th on Apple TV. Health guru Gwyneth Paltrow is back to dispense more unorthodox wellness advice. According to Business Insider, the Oscar-winning actress revealed that she is a practitioner of eyes-open meditation. Paltrow says meditating with your eyes open helps you connect with your highest self, which would indicate she practices while standing. This is all part of her anti-aging routine. Isn't aging good? Paltrow can be a bit extreme when it comes to wellness, having admitted in the past she'd rather smoke crack than eat cheese from a can. Sort of with her there. And is a practitioner of rectal ozone therapy, which most of us call passing gas. Sorry, Gwen, try as you might, there is no way to make farting sound sexy. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt tipped their collective hats to the stunt industry with a short presentation at this year's Oscars. They were just the pair to do it, as they will appear in the upcoming stunt-based film The Fall Guy. According to Screen Rant, the film breaks a stunt record for most cannon rolls, achieving 8.5 and breaking the previous record of 7. Sounds like action-packed fun, and if you're curious about what a cannon roll is like me, check out The Fall Guy in theaters May 3rd. Remember the film Food, Inc., the riveting documentary that made us all give up cheeseburgers for 12 minutes? Well, get ready to be grossed out again. Variety reports that the sequel, Food 2, which explores trying to make healthy eating choices in a broken system and workers' rights, will be available for streaming April 12th. Prepare to eat healthy for a week or so until the film wears off. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, every night between 7 and 9 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is going to be sunny today with a high of 53 this afternoon. The wind out of the north becoming west at 5 to 15. Tonight, breezy, 38 tomorrow, mostly cloudy, windy, cooler, 47. And then it's going to get even colder Sunday, windy, partly cloudy with a high Sunday of only 34. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 28.
That's your WLAK Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at lakeair.radio.